Good evening and welcome to this special edition of the Blueprint Explosive Exclusive that we're bringing to you from the Marine Drive here in Mumbai. Of course, in the heat and dust of the Maharashtra elections, it's come down to name calling. Yes, the Toor Tadak has led to all sorts of allegations from love jihad, from vote jihad. There have been a number of allegations, and even now, Razakars writing love letters to the British. And now, in fact, Nana Patole, the Congress chief, jumping into even the Devendra Fadnavis versus Owaisi jibe regarding dogs. Let's tell you what first took place. Devendra Fadnavis launched an attack on Asaduddin Owaisi, saying that his right place was Hyderabad and that he had no place in Maharashtra. He even further went on to attack him for his comments vis-a-vis Aurangzeb, saying that nobody would even urinate on Aurangzeb's legacy. Listen into this comment coming in from the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister.
यहां पर आकर हमको धमकियां दी जा रही है, यहां पर आकर औरंगजेब का महिमा मंडन हो रहा है। मैं बता देना चाहता हूं, भारत का जो सच्चा मुसलमान है वो भी औरंगजेब को अपना हीरो नहीं मानता। अरे औरंगजेब तो आक्रमणकारी था, उसने हम पर आक्रमण किया था। इसलिए सुन ले ओवैसी, कुत्ता भी ना पेशाब करेगा औरंगजेब की पहचान पर। अब तो तिरंगा लहराएंगे पूरे पाकिस्तान पर।
Asaduddin Owaisi was also very quick to respond to the comments of Devendra Fadnavis. He was equally scathing on the Prime Minister and Home Minister Amit Shah. In fact, questioning the family really of and the family size of the Prime Minister and the Home Minister. This was the response of Asaduddin Owaisi.
एक है तो सेफ है। मोदी जी कितना फेंकेंगे आप? पार्लियामेंट इलेक्शन में आपने कहा कि हिंदू बहनों के गलों से मंगलसूत्र निकालकर मुसलमानों को दे दिया जाएगा, हिंदू भाइयों की भैंसों को लूटकर मुसलमानों को दे दिया जाएगा, मुस्लिम औरतें ज्यादा बच्चे पैदा कर रही हैं। मोदी जी, आपके वालिद साहब ने भी बहुत बच्चे पैदा किए थे, गलत किया था क्या? अमित शाह के कितने भाई बहन बताओ हमको।
And listening now to what Maharashtra Congress Chief Nana Patole said in response to Devendra Fadnavis' comment. He said that it's time to tame BJP like dogs. Listen into that, because this is a comment that has sparked off some furious responses from the side of the BJP.
आप बीजेपी को वोट करोगे जो तुमको कुत्ता बोलते हैं? आप बीजेपी को कुत्ता बनाने का समय आ गया है। बीजेपी को कुत्ता बनाने का समय आ गया है। ये इतनी मस्ती में आ गए कि ये किसी को, अब ये तो भगवान हो गए ना।
And listen to the responses of the BJP coming into the comments made by Nana Patole.
कांग्रेस के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष से लेकर प्रदेश अध्यक्ष तक एक ही बात है, और मैं कहूंगा विनाश काले विपरीत बुद्धि। और कांग्रेस के विनाश का समय महात्मा गांधी ने कहा था कि कांग्रेस मुक्त भारत को करना चाहिए, और कांग्रेस के लोग ऐसी टिप्पणियां करके एक के बाद दूसरे राज्य से इनकी सफाई हो रही है। और महाराष्ट्र की जनता ने मन बना लिया इनकी सफाई करने का। इन्होंने जब जब मोदी जी के खिलाफ भी इस तरह की भाषा का प्रयोग किया तो जनता ने उसका जवाब दिया। अब महाराष्ट्र की जनता जवाब देगी।
कांग्रेस ने ही ओबीसी के साथ अन्याय किया है। कांग्रेस ने ओबीसी को वोट बैंक के रूप में इस्तेमाल किया है, कभी भी उनकी सुविधाओं की तरफ ध्यान नहीं दिया। शायद नाना पटोलकर जो कांग्रेस का चेहरा है, कांग्रेस ही है, जब वो कुछ बात बोलते हैं इस प्रकार का जो जहर उगल रहे हैं वो उनकी बौखलाहट का परिणाम है। वो हार मान चुके हैं, वो हार चुके हैं। ओबीसी समाज का सम्मान नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने जो दिया है, जो किया है, आज तक इतिहास में किसी ने नहीं किया। कांग्रेस ने लगातार ओबीसी को वोट बैंक के रूप में इस्तेमाल किया। शायद नाना पटोलेकर को इस बात का बारे में मालूम नहीं है। जब काका कालेलकर की रिपोर्ट आई, उसको इतिहास देखना चाहिए।
Let's take this across to our guest now. Joining us, with us is Charu Pragya, national spokesperson of the BJP. With us also is Varun Singh, senior journalist. Joining us is Anish Kawande, NCP SP, national spokesperson. We have Nikul Patel, Congress leader. Nikul Patel, let me begin with you. The point is that both sides will obviously blame each other. But even when, Mr. Nana Patole comes out and makes a comment like showing a political party or such as BJP, talking about taming it like a dog, etc. Now, these are comparisons that many would say is really lowering the standards of the discourse and coarsening the entire political debate. How do you respond, Nikul Patel?
Yeah, I agree with your statement that such political statements by political leaders into the political environment when it's an election time, definitely sending the wrong message to the people of the particular state whom they are going to vote. Actually, whether it is BJP or Congress, I definitely agree that everyone must take care of what kind of narrative or what kind of statement one must speak, so that ultimately you are going to become a representatives of the people, and people accept good things from the representatives. I am myself from the Congress. I am not happy with the way the words were used. I think BJP should also condemn the way what they used to speak onto the political platform during their speeches by their own leaders.
All right, Charu Pragya, would you like to respond to that? A very mature comment coming from Nikul Patel. He says, I am from Congress. I am disappointed with the kind of language that my leaders are using. Will the BJP spokesperson also condemn the language used by Mr. Fadnavis where referring to Asaduddin Owaisi? Please respond.
Good evening, Madhav, and it's good to be on your show today. Unfortunately, the topic is one that I don't like talking about much because it brings down the political discourse in our country to a new low every single time. What Asaduddin Owaisi and his brother have been saying around the country repeatedly, remove police for 15 minutes, so on and so forth. I'm sure comments like that invoke frustration, and it's terrible the way suddenly the discourse in Maharashtra has become so negative, because it's not just Nana Patole, though he's a serial offender and I will come to that, but even the Shiv Sena leaders from the Uddhav Thackeray side have been like that. So there are sexist slurs against women. Shaina MC was called imported mal, and now Nana Patole is trying to label everybody who's in the party as a dog, or they need to be tamed like a dog. This kind of political discourse we need to stay away from, because it just shows politics in a terrible light. And the bad thing is that nobody in the Congress from the beginning till now has ever pulled up Nana Patole for his repeated remarks like this. So whether he is making a remark on Ravan saying that he wore saffron clothes, etc., which is an insult to those who wear saffron clothes, or he is talking about President Murmu in a very derogatory way after she visited the Ram Mandir, he has been habitually at it. Has anybody in the Congress pulled him up? Has anybody told him that these kind of remarks are not welcome, no matter what you are feeling? Because you need to call a spade a spade. As for me, if something is said in a bad way by any leader in my party, I have the courage to say it. Something should not be said. But I have not seen any apology come forth from the Maha fraction for any comment that has been made in recent times. Nothing that was made, the kind of remarks that came from Mr. Sawant, nobody actually apologized for it. They were giving explanations. Madhav, you've conducted debates on it. Now again, for Nana Patole, we're conducting debates for it where Congress people are usually defending it. I'm glad this time you have someone who's not defending it. So, thank you very much for that.
Would you condemn Mr. Fadnavis' comment also, ma'am? That perhaps you should not have made that comment regarding Aurangzeb and his grave.
Political discourse lower in our... No, I agree. You see, in any case, Aurangzeb and the way certain names have been politicized in politics in our country is bad, because Aurangzeb will be remembered by people in the Congress, but the same people, even though they get into an alliance with the Shiv Sena, they don't want to honor our own heroes the same way. Veer Savarkar, let's see what they have to hear about him today. So, I am sorry, this lowering the level level of conversation in politics has to stop, and it has to stop from all sides. Insults cannot be exchanged by a way of communication.
Okay. All right, let me put that question across to, in fact, Anish Gawande. Anish Gawande, respond to that. Here we have a very different kind of a debate where all political parties are taking onus about the coarseness of the debate, and all are perhaps distancing from it, because this kind of, kutta, billi, all sorts of, allegations, vote jihad, so on and so forth that we are seeing, somewhere or the other, perhaps all parties are equally responsible for the coarsening of this debate. One cannot blame any one particular side, unfortunately.
Madhav, firstly, thank you very much for having me on your show, and welcome to Mumbai. I wish you didn't have to come and cover an election with a level of political discourse that is sunken to these depths. And I agree with some of the statements made here today, right? I think, unfortunately, political discourse in Maharashtra has stooped to levels that you'd never seen before. As a young person in politics, this is not the kind of politics I'd like to see in any of our political parties. Devendra Fadnavis G is a leader I've admired very deeply from when I met him 10 years ago. And I am shocked that even he has to use languages like this today, and people like Nana Patole who are making these statements. So unfortunately, in the last 5 years, you've seen a cheapening of the political discourse to an unprecedented degree. I think the onus now lies on party leaderships to condemn this behavior very directly. We've spoken on the show before about the statements made by BJP leaders against my own party leaders, right? You've seen Chandrakant Patil making a statement against Supriyatai Sule, saying that she should go home and cook. Just very recently, you've seen Sadabhau Khote making a very distasteful remark about Pawar Sahib, a cancer survivor, and his face. And these haven't been condemned by the party leadership at the top. At least where it's happened within my own party, I have personally pushed for the party leadership to condemn them at various levels. And I think we have to find a systemic solution to this issue. But in the last 5 years, the fracturing of a democratic mandate given to parties,
what is the reason for this pitch debate?
The creation of a vitriol-filled political discourse has made these statements every day.
Right. Let me bring in Varun Singh on that note. Varun Singh, what is the need for this kind of discourse? Have all political parties perhaps come to the conclusion that the only way they can garner votes is by polarizing, by dividing people, and by making such drastic comments?
Madhav, one freedom that I have over here is that I don't have to be politically correct, unlike most of the panelists that we have over here. I don't understand. Nana Patole has been saying such things before also. He had even targeted Modi once, call him a Gaugund. And now, the thing is, if people are so, from the MVA, so aghast with what Nana Patole has said, are they going to say that we are not going to sit or share the same dais with Nana Patole? And what Nana Patole has said, or what Owaisi has said, is way different from what Devendra Fadnavis has said. Devendra Fadnavis has not attacked any political party or any person. What he has said is echoed by maximum people in Maharashtra. They do not respect Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb was a barbarian. He tortured Chhatrapati Shambhaji Maharaj for 40 days and then he died. So what Devendra Fadnavis has said can't be considered as derogatory to any person.
Varun, one second, let me stop you right there. Nobody has to agree with Aurangzeb. Nobody is glorifying Aurangzeb. But even if you disagree with Aurangzeb, there is a politically correct way of saying it. Because, if the top leaders of any state, forget Maharashtra, any state in this country start speaking this kind of language, then what is going to happen as far as the common public is concerned? You do not expect street language to be spoken in an assembly or parliament, do we?
Tell me what politically wrong Devendra Fadnavis said about Aurangzeb. Madhav, what is parliamentary for you may not be parliamentary or unparliamentary for the people.
Sir, the BJP spokesperson is regretting it.
Are hurt with what
the BJP spokesperson is saying that, when you talk about a dog urinating on a grave,
let her. That is what I said. That is what I said.
Varun Singh, what is the comment
Madhav, that is what I said. They will have to. No, listen. That is what I said. They may. Let me finish it, Madhav, what I'm saying. The BJP spokesperson may have to defend something, whatever she wants to defend, it is her right. But what I'm saying is, what Nana Patole said was derogatory because he made a comment against a political party which is ruling the state and ruling the country and can't be compared to dogs because none of their actions have been. But what Devendra Fadnavis has said cannot be said
respond to that. Anish Gawande, respond to that. Okay.
Sentiments of
I'm granting a point.
Who have suffered by the hands of Aurangzeb.
So I just...
Sir, echoing the sentiments, but of course there is a reason there is a need to be responsible.
Simple, right?
But I want Anish Gawande to respond to the distinction that you have drawn. Anish Gawande, insulting a political party is different from talking about the kind of language that people on the roads normally use, because that's the sentiment that is shared by crores of people. There's a world of difference between the two comments. Do you agree with Varun Singh?
No, I don't think there's a world of difference between those comments, because the language that you use in political rhetoric passes down to political leaders, individual leaders as well. I want to ask, why did Devendra Fadnavis G not react when Sadabhav Court made the statements on Pawar Sahib's face? He was sharing the same dais. This is not even a question of whether he'll share a dais again. He was on the dais when the statement took place. So you're seeing this discourse descend into ridiculous levels day by day. I also want to say, Madhav, that it is surprising that Aurangzeb's grave and urinating on a grave is coming up in this election. We're fighting an election in Maharashtra. The soya bean prices are the problem in the state today. The cotton farmers getting lower prices for their MSP are the problems today. The fact that you do not have enough irrigation across the state is the problem today. The only thing that's catching media bites and attention are these sort of 30-second snippets that cheapen the level of discourse and take away from the issues.
I want Charu to respond to that. Charu, at the end of the day, he says that when my party's leaders were attacked in very, very cheap language, that time we did not see leaders from the BJP come out to condemn it. He's talking about a specific comment made by Sadabhav Court. Please respond.
See, let me tell you one thing in a very explicit way, Madhav. BJP has never defended the wrong of anybody, and that is a fact. I believe that when you're in public life, you have a responsibility. You are a role model to millions of people, and as a role model, the kind of language you use cannot be like dogs hain, or you insult our president. In fact, even you insult all tribals along with her. You cannot be a habitual offender and not have your party actually pick up on it. But who are we even talking about? You know, this political party is being led by a man who never thinks anything before putting down the country itself, even if he does it on foreign soil. So I have a problem with leaders not taking ownership of their statements when it is made on stage. And excuse me, every single time if people have to come and defend your statement and translate your statement and say, oh, but he didn't mean it that badly, oh, he had his reasons. I am sorry, what kind of reasons would you have to call an entire political party a dog? How do you compare so many people to dogs? How is it that you can insult our president and think there is nothing wrong with it? How is it that you can actually talk about the color Bhagwa in such a, in fact, a criminal way and find nothing wrong with it? So the discourse in Maharashtra, unfortunately, has become very low because of the frustration the MVA leaders are facing. Every alternate day, this is the debate we are having. Why don't they collectively decide and say that none of our leaders are going to use language like that? We will not insult women. We will not insult our culture. We will not call people dogs. Is it such a difficult thing to do?
All right, Charu Pragya, we'll have to leave it there. We are completely out of time. In fact, I'd like to thank all our panelists for joining us. In fact, Anish Gawande, Varun Singh, as well as Nikul Patel as well. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of the Blueprint Explosive Exclusive.